By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Welcome to another episode of Timmy Talks, the channel where we talk old school magic. And today I have a very special match. I'm playing against friend of the channel, Marco. And Marco tends to build really original decks. I've played against his 666 card counting deck earlier and just against a lot of other creative brews from his hand. But today it's another very special deck that he is bringing to the table. It's a Merfolk deck that by itself is not that special. Cool, but not that special. But this deck is underwater. I repeat, underwater. He's playing it in a basin that he's filled with water, and he puts the cards in the water. Maybe you're wondering, what does that look like? What is he talking about? Well, you're going to find that out in this video. I mean, it's really, really cool. I'm playing against him with a Leprechaun Ward deck. Also a very cool deck, but my cards are not in the water, so not as spectacular as Marco. But yeah, this is just really, really cool. We are playing according to the X Points rules, by the way. Maybe you're wondering, what does that mean? It means we're playing with Atlantic rules, so Mana Burn is real, Fallen Empire is in this game, only one Strip Mine, and also when you make your deck, you have to think about the X points list, so you can only spend 10 points on cards with points allocated to them. Now, if you want to know more about X Points or about this format, please check out the video's description. Now, before I jump into the deck text, I've got beautiful deck photos of both of these decks, including Marco's underwater deck. First, a message from the sponsor of this video, 3for1 Trading. 3for1 Trading is one of Europe's leading Magic the Gathering retailers. Their online shop has a fantastic selection of high-end Magic cards, especially for vintage, legacy, and yes, old school Magic players. They now exclusively offer my community free, fully insured, and fast worldwide shipping on all their high-end singles, full sets, and out-of-print sealed products. They upload new cards every Wednesday and have weekly sale offers and reductions waiting just for you. Use my code TIMMY to get free worldwide shipping on your first order over $500 or euros. Have fun ordering those cards, and thank you 3for1 Trading for sponsoring this video. And we are back and ready to dive literally into the deck. I mean, this is so funny. I'm going to start with the player on the left, that is Marco, and yeah, let's take a look at his underwater Merfolk deck. And here you see the deck of Marco. So as you can see, it's a heavy Merfolk deck. And maybe before we get into the cards themselves, it's nice to mention all the little altars. You know, Marco is also a digital artist. So you see he's put little different arts on the Mishra's Factory. We also see that on the Strip Mine, and we see that on the Chaos Orb. So it's all underwater themed. Also on the Mazes of If, by the way. Maze of If, of course, pretty good card in an aggressive deck like Merfolk. So he's playing with 4 Lord of Atlantises, 4 River Merfolk, 4 Merfolk of the Pearl Trident, 3 Feudalian Soldiers. He's also playing with 3 Sea Singers. So it's really just heavily Merfolk. You know, sometimes people say, I'm playing a Merfolk deck, but then they're only playing with, you know, 4 Lord of Atlantises and maybe 4 Merfolk of the Pearl Trident, and just have, you know, Surrender Befriets and all that stuff around it. And yeah, it's kind of Merfolk, but not really. I feel like if you really want to go deep into Merfolk, play Merfolk Tribal, then you're going to need the Fallen Empire set, right? So really loving to see this deck here. And we, of course, see Phantasmal Terrains that work really well together with that Merfolk strategy. Because remember, Lord of Atlantis, a 2/2 for 2, that gives all other Merfolk Island Walk and +1/+1, you know, is going to give your Merfolk, as I said, Island Walk. And then, of course, you've got your Phantasmal Terrain that can change a land into any basic land type that you want it to be. So you can turn it into an island and you can attack. A nice note, though, little Timmy, when I was little, when I was young, when I was playing this in 1995, I always thought that Phantasmal Terrain could only make a land into an island. And later I started reading the card, because then you kind of know what the card does. And also my English was good enough. You know, because that also was kind of a deal when I started playing, because I was like 10, 11, so my English wasn't as good as it is today. I started to notice that, hey, wait a minute, I can change it into any basic land type. So you can make it a mountain, you can make it a swamp. And the reason that I say this is that, you know, a lot of people play blue because they splash the blue power. So then turning a land into something else than blue is actually quite good. So Phantasmal Terrain can make it into an island, but also in, for example, a mountain, to make the mountain walk of your River Merfolk work. So that's pretty cool. And he's also playing, I've mentioned that before, the Feudalian Knight. I think Feudalian Knight is really sweet. It's a 2/2 with first strike. It's kind of the blue knight, right? And you can give it flying for 1 blue. So it's pretty cool. But as long as your opponent doesn't have any islands, it cannot attack, which is a huge drawback. But again, We've got the Phantasmal Terrains. Talking about islands and needing islands to make the card work. We also see Sea Singer here. Sea Singer, I love the art. So you can tap it, you can steal a creature, but again, your opponent has to have an island. So I believe those Phantasmal Terrains are going to be really crucial here for Marco. And yeah, it's actually looking like a pretty strong deck. I think once it gets working, once he has the Phantasmal Terrain and he gets some some Merfolk on board, he can do really well. I think this is a deck that doesn't like to play against, for example, a burn deck, because lightning bolts and earthquakes can really, destroy a lot of the Merfolks. But he's lucky, because I'm not playing red today, Marco. You're lucky. You're not going to have to face that. I'm actually playing a deck that's pretty average in removal, especially removing creatures that don't fly. Let's take a look at my deck, Leprechaun Ward. And here we see my deck, Leprechaun Ward, and this is actually named after two cards. We've got the Leprechaun, and we also have Green Ward, so it's named after those two cards. The Leprechaun is a 1/1 creature from Legends for 1 green that reads, whenever this creature blocks or becomes blocked by a creature, that creature becomes green. So this little Leprechaun can make other creatures green. I mean, how cool is that? Such a unique card. Now, if you put a Green Ward on it, it has protection from green. So the cool thing is when it attacks and it becomes blocked, before the damage is assigned, the creature already turns green, then it deals damage. But because of that damage coming from a green source, it cannot kill the Leprechaun. So if you put a Green Ward on the Leprechaun, you kind of can, block everything. You can attack if all your opponent's creatures are green, which will happen at a certain point. It's unblockable. I mean, the thing, of course, is it's just a 1/1, so it's not going to make a major dent. But still, I think it's pretty sweet. So I kind of build a deck around that whole green theme, right? So you can Green Ward your Leprechaun, but then I thought, if I'm playing with green, you also want to play with Circle of Protection green, because, if your opponent's creatures are green, your COP green becomes really good. If you're playing with COP green, then you can also play with If Biff Ifrit. If Biff Ifrit is a 3/3 flying creature for 2 green and 2 from Arabian Nights that reads, when you pay a green, each creature with flying and each player takes a damage. The cool thing about this card is the opponent, if they have green mana, can also activate it. So that's pretty sweet. So we could be in a situation here against Marco where he maybe Phantasmal Terrains his own island into a green mana because he wants to deal 1 damage to everything. That could happen. Now remember, I'm saying everything, but I mean all the flying creatures, which again is important because remember, he's playing with Merfolk. They don't fly. So, but the cool thing about If Biff Ifrit, I think it's the strongest card in this deck, by the way. What you can do with this card is you can enchant it with the Spirit Link, and then you can make it deal a damage to yourself, to your opponent, to each creature with flying. So it's dealing a lot of damage, making it like a life gain machine. Once you enchant it with Spirit Link, you can start gaining a lot of life. If you then also put a Green Ward on it, it cannot die from its own damage. So then you've got this life gaining, damage dealing machine. It's really, really good. The problem, of course, is you need to put 2 enchant creatures on 1 creature. And, there's a pretty big chance that your opponent will have some removal. I mean, I do have 2 Avoid Fates in the deck, so I guess they can protect it in this case from, potential control magics or the Psionic Blast in the deck of Marco, but still, it's very tricky. And then I also have Force of Nature. I think Force of Nature works together really well with COP Green, right? Because if you don't pay the upkeep cost of 4 green, you take 8 damage, but it comes from a green source, so I can prevent that damage for 1 mana instead of paying the upkeep of 4 forests. On top of that, it also works really well with the Spirit Link, because then it deals 8 damage, but I also gain 8 life, so that kind of nullifies it. So I don't take any damage at all. And of course, as an 8/8 attacker with Trample, it can give me a lot of life with the Spirit Link on it. So, Force of Nature really works in this deck. We see 3 of those here. And then we also have 4 Sojourn Enchantresses. I was playing with so many enchantments at a certain point. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. If I just take out my Llanowar Elves for Wild Groves, I just put 4 Sojourn Enchantresses in this deck. And I also have a really special incentive to want to play with Sojourn Enchantress because I met the artist, Kevin, when I was playing in Italy about a year ago now. And he's such a nice guy, and he signed my Sojourn Enchantresses. He also drew a little cocktail on one of the cards because we had cocktails the night before we were at the tournament. So that's just a nice memory. So I always enjoy playing with my Sojourn Enchantresses. So I'm putting them in this deck as well. And while I was at it, I'm like, okay, why not just play Skull of Orm also? I mean, I know this is not a top tier deck. This is just a fun, cool deck, So I love to play it at these type of games that we're going to play today because I think it's going to get some time to do its thing. Now, I am saying that I think it's going to get some time. On the other hand, though, Merfolk could be quite quick, but hopefully I get to stabilize, and I think when I stabilize, I can definitely, you know, win a game or make it really difficult here for Marco with his underwater merfolks. Okay, so yeah, this is my deck. We looked at the deck of Marco, so I guess we are ready. Let's go to the match. Enjoy, and yeah, I hope you're gonna like Marco's deck as much as I did. I was really stunned by like what he created this time. But please let me know in the comments what you think of Marco's deck. I would love to hear from you. But okay, enough chatter. Let's go to the match. Game number 1. Enjoy. Game number 1 here is about to start. So we've got Marco on the left. Look at that. There's a floating island. And he's going to tap it. Puts counters on there, right? To make sure that they don't float away. And there's a Merfolk of the Pearl Trident. And look at this deck. We've got shells there. We've got floating dice. It is so funny. And I think he told me that he has a special seal where the cards, so that the cards are safe from the water. I'm starting off here with the Forest into a Wild Grove, by the way. So we're both having, you know, turn 1 plays here. Not too shabby. 6 cards in hand for me. There's the attack. Going to drop here to 19. And there we see, I believe this is the strip mine. Yeah, this is always bad. You know, that's the thing with Wild Grove. If your opponent has some land removal. Now remember, Marco's only playing with 1 land removal card, which is a strip mine. I guess he also plays with Chaos Orb, but yeah, a bit unlucky here that he has that single strip to take care of my forest, playing a single plains, passing the turn. I think this is already a crucial moment for Marco here. Attacking with 2 Merfolks, going to put me on 17. Let's see if I can just find another green mana next turn. There we see a Mishra's Factory. Uh-oh, he's going to play out even more Merfolk. 3 Merfolks of the Pearl Trident. Oh, boy. I mean, normally a 1/1 for 1 is not a big deal, but there are just too many here. I'm finding my own strip mine, so if I have to, I can strip the factory. Problem, of course, that I'm also slowing myself down, so I'm going to tap 2 here instead. COP green, yeah, it's not really going to cut the cake. You know, of course, my deck Leprechaun Ward wants to have a COP green once I've got all the things green of my opponent, but I'm not there yet. 5 cards still left in hand, though. I guess he's going to animate here, or not. It's going to attack with his 3/1/1, so 3 points of damage for me. Going to drop to 14. Oh, he's going to tap 3, or we're going to see a Fodalian Knight. Ooh, a Sea Singer. Okay, so luckily I don't have any islands yet, so it's got to keep my fingers crossed here. If he also has a Phantasmal Terrain, makes one of my lands into an island, I'm really in trouble. Here we see a forest. Do I have a play with this forest? No, I don't. Passing a turn. I'm just playing out basics. Yeah, my deck's not really doing what it wants to do, and I just got to cross my fingers and hope that Marco doesn't have a Phantasmal Terrain or a Lord of Atlantis. Lord of Atlantis would be pretty disastrous as well. Again, gonna attack here just for 3. Not gonna use the Mishra's Factory. Gonna tap a green mana. Oh, there's a Life Lace, so I can make one of the Merfolk green. Oh, yeah. Hopefully Marco has some kind of green. Oh, he's got a green die. That's perfect, Marco. So I'm going to take 2 damage instead of 3. And he's going to tap 3 mana. There's a Fodalian Knight. Now remember, Fodalian Knight is a 2/2 with first strike, but it cannot attack unless I control an island, which I don't. So for now, I'm safe. But, yeah, this is a little bit scary. Oh, just passing the turn. I feel like I need a second green to start casting, for example, my Figurin Enchantress or my If Biff Free to 3/3 flyer. So I guess my hand's full with those cards. Oh no, the Lord of Atlantis. Yeah, we're in for a very short game number 1. Lord of Atlantis hitting the board. That means I'm going to take 4 damage. Because remember that 1 Merfolk is green. Yeah, he's going to attack with everything, but that 1 is green. Oh, and of course the Sea Singer can also attack. So the Sea Singer is a 1/2. So I'm going to take 5, I guess, right? Yeah, I can prevent the damage from that 1 Merfolk. Take 5, drop to 7. Oh. Am I going to do something, or am I just going to die here in game 1 and that's it? Going to tap a green mana. Alien Leprechaun! I mean, he's a little bit late to the party. Do I have a green ward? I hope so. Oh, I've got a Spirit Link. So I wonder what I'm going to Spirit Link here. What are you going to do? Lord of Atlantis or something? Okay, I'm going to Spirit Link one of the Merfolks of the Pearl Trident. Yeah, it's looking so bad. I mean, I'm on 7. Can he already kill me? He's got a lot of, firepower there. Can animate the factory as well, so he can swing in for a lot of damage. I love how this works in the water. look at those merfolk swim. So I guess I'm gonna block. Yeah, he's also gonna attack with the Mishra's factory. Yeah, this is tough. Now remember, with Spirit Link, you first take the damage before you get the damage. If it's already lethal, it's going to block the Lord of Atlantis. Yeah, then I still take 7, right? Yeah, I don't have enough mana to use my COP green, indicating that to Marco. So, wow, this was a quick game. I just got completely overrun by the troops of Marco. Now, I guess I'm just going to dive into my sideboard, maybe board in some Swords to Plowshares. I got to make my deck a little bit more business than fun, I guess. This was quick. This was really quick. But yeah, Marco, I love your deck. I love the fact that they're literally underwater merfolks. That's really cool. But yeah, let's dive into our sideboards, and we will catch back up with you in game number 2. Game number 2 here is about to begin, so I'm 1 game down. That was a slaughterhouse. My deck looked so bad against Marco's deck. I think the early strip mine was just really important for Marco. Starting off with just a forest here, passing the turn. Of course, Marco now being on the draw also makes aggressive decks a little bit less good. It's going to hopefully give me some more time. And both of us starting quite modest, just basic land go. 2 islands for Marco and the plains and the forest for me. There's a dual land. The Savannah. Ooh, gonna tap 3. What are we gonna see for 3? Hey, Verduran Enchantress joining the party. Yeah, this is a great start for me. Verduran Enchantress, 0-2 creature, 2 green and 1. Whenever I play an enchantment, I get to draw a card. So this card's really good in my deck. No, don't do it, Marco! Oh, dang it. Dang it, Marco. I was so happy. There we see a mana drain that's now slowly floating away. Yeah, that kind of killed my hopes and dreams here. There's a Brain Geyser. Oh, man, this is dirty. Blue strikes again. 3 cards drawn here for Marco. That's like an Ancestral Recall. Yeah, this is really bad for me. I was quite happy with that turn 3 for Verduran Enchantress, but I'm not so happy anymore. There's an island. I guess Marco found it from the 3 cards drawn by the Brain Geyser. Hopefully he's not going to play anything out, just passes the turn. I mean, it's bad, already bad enough as is. So look at that. Marco actually has to discard a card, the Feldalian Knight going into the bin. There's another Savannah. Going to tap a green. Okay, there's a Wild Growth. Going to tap 4 mana here. What are we going to see? Okay, there's an If Biff Efreet, so a 3/3 flyer from Arabian Nights. For 1 green, I can deal 1 damage to each creature with flying and each player. So it's got a built-in hurricane mechanic. Here we see a Mishra's Factory being played out by Marco. Marco tapping 3. What are you going to do? Psionic Blast. Ah, that's annoying. He's got all the answers here. It does take 2 points of damage. Where's your life total, Marco? There it is. Yeah, I believe you should be on 18 exactly. And I'm taking on my turn. Oh, I guess I'm going too quick, though. Look at that. He still wanted to play something out. Merfolk of the Pearl Trident, 1/1 vanilla. And those Merfolks of the Pearl Trident did so much work in game 1. I'm a little bit scared of them now. What am I going to do? Oh, Force of Nature, baby. 8/8 Trampler. Ho-ho! That is what you want to do in life. Hopefully it sticks around. I can attack with it. I think it will. I mean, he can control magic it, but do you really want to? That just means you're going to take a lot of damage. There's another Mishra's Factory joining the party. It's going to tap 2 blue. Okay, there's a Lord of Atlantis. Not too scared as of yet. I mean, he now has a 2/2 Merfolk of the Pearl Trident, right? With Violent Walk, he's got a 2/2 Lord of Atlantis. And he's got 2 factories, but he can only animate 1. Then, of course, it can pump itself. But remember, I also have the Strip Mine that Marco has to think about. So I'm going to take 8 damage here, by the way. Not paying the cost. So maybe I've got a COP green that I want to play out. And, oh, even better, Spirit Link. Yeah, this is ideal. Let's get some fish. Attacking here with an 8/8 Trample Spirit Linked Force of Nature. Oh, this feels good. I wonder what Marco's going to do. He's just going to take the damage. Drop to 10. That means I'm going to go up to 20. Only 2 cards in hand, though. 4 cards still for Marco. Gonna pass the turn. So I wonder if Marco's now gonna attack, because he can actually deal quite a lot of damage to me as well. He can deal 8 to me also. But of course I'm gaining life from the Spirit Link, so that wouldn't be a good decision, I guess. Yeah, especially now with the River Merfolk. River Merfolk is a 3-2 now, of course, because of the Lord. So he's got enough stuff to potentially kill my force if I decide to attack with it. It's got a 2-2 Merfolk, 2-2 Lord, 3-2 River Merfolk. And of course he can then also use his Mishra's Factories to block. And again, you have to remember though that I've got that Strip Mine, so it could take care of one of the factories, but then still he has enough firepower to kill my force. Would still be a good trade though. So I'm probably just going to take the 8 damage here, by the way, because I've got that Spirit Link. So you lose 8 and you gain 8, so I'm still on 20. But now this is an important moment for me here, deciding, do I want to attack or not? I kind of feel that maybe I should. I mean, he's got to put a lot of creatures in front of the Force of Nature, right, to kill it. And I'm going to gain some life from it. Can he do it without using the Lord of Atlantis? I think he has to, because he can do 5. Oh, no, he doesn't, because he can pump. The factories can pump themselves. So they're 3-3 each. I can remove one of the factories, but then he can do Merfolk, River Merfolk, Mishra's Factory. So then he loses 3 cards, but he gets to keep his Lord. So I think that's a reason for me not to attack here. I really want to find a way to kill the Lord. So passing the turn here, using a Force of Nature defensively. That's not really what it's made for, but we'll see. We'll see how this will pan out. Oh, there's a Phantasmal Terrain. Yeah, that's a problem. Then I can no longer block the Merfolk, so it's going to turn that one forest into an island. I'm going to play another island. Now I wonder if he's going to attack. I wonder what he's going to do. No, also decides not to attack. So both of us are kind of playing defensively here. Maybe that'll work best for me on the long run? Question mark. Oh, it's Tsunami. Ho ho! This is brutal. Coming in from the sideboard. No, counter magic. Oh, dang it. I mean, I know it's mean, it's Tsunami, but I gotta play mean, man, against this Marco. These underwater merfolks are so good, but unfortunately for me, there's a counter spell. Oh, man. That would have been so cool. It could have made like a splash, because there's actual water on the battlefield. That would have been really fun. Oh, man. It's going to tap 4, 5. Uh-oh. Why so many? What are you going to do, Marco? I don't like this at all. Oh, this is cool. I do like it. I take it back. I love it. There's a sea serpent entering the chat. Oh, Marco. This is so cool. The last time I played against sea serpent was in Shandalar, man. It's so cool to see a sea serpent. It's such a mighty beast. I've always loved it. And now, of course, he can attack here with the 2-2 Merfolk. In response, though, I'm going to strip my own land so I can block it here. And he's going to lose his Merfolk. So you could say, is this a mistake by Marco? I don't think so, because I'm losing 2 lands. Right? So 2 lands for 1 Merfolk, plus my strip mine is gone. So I think this is not a bad exchange for Marco at all. So, but of course, for me, it's also good because remember the island also makes it so that he can attack with unblocked Merfolks. So I feel like I had to do it. So 3 cards in hand and 28 life for me because of that block on the Merfolk. But yeah, still a little bit worried though. Because now, I mean, he's got a lot of blocking power there. I don't think I can do much with the force. Because he can trade my force for the Sea Serpent and one of his factories. And if I do that, then after that, he can start attacking. You know, with his factory, with River Merfolk, and with Lord of Atlantis. So I think it's a good decision just to keep the force on blocking duty. Yeah. Marco just passes the turn here with an island, passes to me. So we're kind of in that stage of the game where we're both top decking, trying to find something good. Okay, here we see a green ward. So, I mean, green ward could be useful here if I start, you know, being able to turn stuff of Marco green. Maybe I've got a life lace in hand, right? I can attack, and then if he triple blocks, I can make one of the creatures green. Like, for example, the Sea Serpent, and then kill the other ones. Well, kill all of them, actually, but then my force doesn't die. I hope you can still follow. I'm kind of rambling here. Marco just passes the turn. Look at this. I'm attacking. Does it mean I've got a life lace? If you're Marco, you got to be worried here. Why is he attacking? Okay, he's going to tap a blue. Yeah, going to animate. I feel like he's going to do it. I feel like he's going to do double block. Which is good. Oh, he's gonna block with even more. Okay. He's gonna animate the other factory as well. That doesn't help though. Or he should then also block with the River Merfolk. Now this is always difficult, of course, to follow. Like, is he blocking with everything? I think he could also just do River Merfolk, keep the Lord out of it. Yeah, he's blocking with everything. Look at this. So I'm pretty sure the force is then going to die if he blocks with everything. I think he could have taken out the Lord of Atlantis, question mark? Because then he would have had enough. Of course, I've got some kind of trick, but maybe he's worried that I might have multiple tricks. He really wants to kill the force. I get that. Yeah, so there's the life lace. So I guess I'm turning the Sea Serpent green, so that damage from the Sea Serpent doesn't count. Tapping another one. Do I have another life lace? Oh, I've got the swords boarded in, the swords to plowshares. So I guess I could kill the Lord of Atlantis, because then the River Merfolk will also lose a point. Taking it back, actually, thinking here if that helps. I am going to play it on the Lord of Atlantis, okay. But then it still takes 8 damage, so really good maths here, actually, by Marco. So it's still going to take 8, and now I have to decide what I want to kill. Okay, decide not to kill the Sea Serpent because it's green now. Hopefully I can find a green ward. And of course he cannot attack yet with the Sea Serpent. But what a spectacular block. And I have to say, Marco, a really good decision to also block with the Lord of Atlantis. Because if you wouldn't have done that, it would have been disastrous. You would miss some crucial damage. So I'm going to gain at least 8 more life. I mean, look at that. I'm on what? 36. Okay. 2 cards left in hand. Passing the turn. If Marco now has a Phantasmal Terrain, that would be really disastrous for me, but also really funny. Then he can start attacking with an 5/5 green Sea Serpent. That's only on Timmy Talks, right? Where do you see a Magic game where we're playing with a green Sea Serpent? Untap, upkeep, draw. I mean, I love these games. Just so funny. 3 cards in hand. Let's see what I can do. There's a forest. 2 cards left pass. So we're top decking again. We're top decking, trying to find something. 4 cards for Marco, passes to me. 4 cards for me. 3 cards, I guess, passing to Marco. Okay, there's a River Merfolk. This is important because it's a creature that can deal damage. 2/1. There's a COP green. Okay, that's nice for me. So I've got some protection. If he finds a Phantasmal Terrain, I can still protect myself from that Sea Serpent. But I mean, this 2/1 at least means that Marco can start dealing some damage. Of course, I'm on 36. It's going to take a while, but I guess I'm on an 18 turn clock now. There's the attack. Going to take 2. Another River Merfolk. Okay, this is starting to get annoying. 4 damage a turn. Okay, this is good for me. Alien Leprechaun. Do I have a COP? Do I have a green ward, for example? That would be sweet. Okay, this is not too bad. This is actually quite good. Pendelhaven. I can make the Leprechaun a 2/3. So now Marco doesn't really have a good attack anymore. Unless, of course, he's got, for example, a Psionic Blast. He can just kill the Leprechaun or maybe steal the Leprechaun. Does neither, just passes the turn. Gonna tap 3, perhaps of a Journey Enchantress. Or not. Untapping again. A little bit in the tank here. Passing the turn. Okay. I wonder what I wanted to play out there for 3. Oh, Phantasmal Terrain. Yeah, I can make it into a mountain. Yeah, makes my Pendelhaven probably into a mountain. Because then he can give Mountain Walk to his River Merfolks and attack. Yeah, making it a red dice, indicating it's a mountain, not an island. Yep, 4 points of damage. Now remember, I do play with Disenchants, but I believe I've got 2 Disenchants main, 1 in the side, so maybe I'm playing with 3 Disenchants now. But I'm not really finding them. Gonna tap 3. Okay, there's my Vajoran Enchantress. Are we gonna see a counterspell? I guess we're not continuing to play. There we see a Spirit Link on one of the River Merfolks, and I'm gonna draw a card. Tap another one. What do we have? Green Ward, perhaps? No, Wild Growth, I believe. Okay, on a Forest. Gonna draw another card. So my Vajoran Enchantress is doing work now, which is quite nice. 3 cards in hand, I guess. Passing the turn. Let's see what Marco can do. This is quite an exciting second game, by the way. I mean, yes, I'm on a lot of life, but I don't really see a way to deal damage here. Okay, there's a Lord of Atlantis. Ooh, that means that one River Merfolk without Spirit Link can now hit for 3. That's like a lightning bolt. 3 damage a turn. So look at that, dropping to 27. Passes the turn back to me. Come on, I need another forest. There are 3 Force of Natures in there. Just need another one. I can start hitting again. Oh, there it is. Force of Nature. Now, of course, I still have the problem that he's got that Sea Serpent. I mean, it's green, but it's still 5 power. It's like a really nice wall, actually, that I've created for Marco. This is going to be tough. He can still attack here with his 1 River Merfolk. So he can deal 3 again, put me on 24. Uh-oh, what has he found? Nothing. Okay, just gives it a Mountain Walk. I thought for a moment he's going to cast something. Playing another island. Passes the turn back to me. So I'm going to use my COP green to prevent the damage from the Force of Nature. So you can really, in this game, you can really see how well the Force of Nature functions in my deck. I guess an If-Biff Efreet would be really good right now because it can fly over the Merfolk and deal some extra damage, and I can prevent it with the COP green, the damage it would deal to myself. So If-Biff would also be a really good card, although it is in Psionic Blast range, of course. There's another forest. Skull of Orm would be quite nice because I've got a Spirit Link still in the graveyard. But just passing the turn, yeah. It's not great because he keeps dealing 3 damage a turn. I'm on 21, almost down to my starting life total. Oh man, it was looking so good for me. Oh, Chaos Orb. The blue Chaos Orb. Is he gonna flip in with the water? Is he gonna do that? Marco, are you gonna do that? That would be really cool. I think he's gonna do it. Because he's going to take his River Merfolk as a target. You're crazy. Is he going to hit it here? There's a floating target. It is. It's a hit. It's a hit. It's a hit. Yeah, it now floats away, but I think it's a hit. I think it counts. Are you not going to count this? I think, Marco, you're being super friendly. I mean, I guess technically, yes, it was floating away, but come on. Can you even hit it? I mean, the second one was a hit, I guess. But it's very nice of you, Marco. I would have accepted it if you would have said this was a hit because it clearly hit the mark. Anyway, pretty crazy game here. Playing out another Plains, passing the turn. So I guess we're kind of still in the standstill with, of course, the comment here that I'm still taking 3 damage a turn. So we're not really in the standstill. Look at this, taking 3 more damage. So I was on 36, but going down in life here. Or, oh, we see a Disenchant. A Disenchant. Now I can block the River Merfolk. Yeah, blocking the River Merfolk with my 8/8 Force of Nature. Oh, that must be so scary for the River Merfolk. Thinking, ooh, I found a stream upwards in this mountain. Wait a minute. Everything changes into a magical force. There's a Force of Nature. Oh no. And it dies. Gets crushed by the Force of Nature. Good news for me. Still on 21. I can still win this. Make it a 1-1. And then we will get a third deciding game. Oh, there's a Control Magic. Oh, he's going to take my Vajoran Enchantress. Okay. I mean, he cannot. If he takes my Force, he has to take damage. So I guess this makes more sense. Gonna draw for turn. What can I do here, though? I mean, I can attack with my 8/8. Then he'll just block, I guess, on the River Merfolk with the Spirit Link on it and with the Sea Serpent. Then our creatures will all die. And is that really that helpful for me? I wonder. Yeah, thinking about it here, do I want to attack? I mean, it does kill 2 of his creatures, and now I've got a 2/3 Leprechaun, because remember, I've got Pendelhaven to attack with. Right? Okay, deciding to attack. Yeah, I think it's right. Got to put the pressure on, maybe? Anyway, 3 cards in hand attacking here. Of course, he's asking what do you have in hand. Worried about the double block. If I've got, for example, a Swords here, that will be quite disastrous for Marco. There's the double block. Yeah, and I guess everything is going to die. I do take 3 life from the Spirit Link. He's going to take a trample point damage. Yeah, going to gain some life. Going to go up to 24, so that Spirit Link can just now leave. Going to tap. More, do I have another? Oh, we've got another force in hand. That makes sense. Wow. Second force, a third force of nature of the game. I'm playing with 3 in total here in this deck. Yeah, those forces are doing business. Third force of nature. Yeah, it's so nice to play with force. So it's looking really good for me here, right? I mean, Marco's on 10. He only has the Lord of Atlantis and my stolen Fajuran Enchantress. So next turn, I mean, he can jump with the Fajuran. Then he still takes 6 points of damage. He'll drop to 4. But let's see what he can do. We're not there yet. Still Marco's turn. Let's see if he can find a way out of this. Okay, this is... Yeah, what card is this? I do not know. It's 2 mana. What could be 2 mana? Relic Barrier, perhaps? I'm sure he doesn't play with Relic Barrier. He's going to tap 3 more. There's a Sea Singer. Maybe an Aeopile. Aeopile will be quite good. Sea Singer on the board. 0/1 creature. Now an 1/2 creature, of course, because of the Lord. But yeah, not really going to do much at the moment here for Mark. Also because I don't have, for Marco, also because I don't have an island. Gonna attack with both. Okay. Look at me go here. Of course, have that Pendelhaven, can make it into a 2/3. I guess Marco could consider double blocking. So I guess he's blocking here with the Enchantress. I wonder what he's going to block. Yes, he's going to block the Force of Nature. Going to use the Sea Singer to block the Leprechaun. Then, of course, I'm going to use my Pendelhaven to kill it. And then he's going to use his Aeopile. Okay, so it is an Aeopile. And he's going to use the Aeopile in response, of course, to my Pendelhaven. Yeah, so that makes sense. So he's still going to take 6 damage, right? It would drop to 4, I believe. But I mean, Marco is trying to make the most of it. There was some good sequencing with the Aeopile, so killing my Leprechaun. Of course, the Sea Singer is green now because it was blocking the Leprechaun. But yeah, Marco needs a little miracle here because a Control Magic also is not going to cut the cake because then he takes 8 damage from the Force if he steals the Force because he cannot pay the upkeep cost of 4 forests. So this is really tough. I mean, what does he need? Another Sea Serpent would be quite nice. If he finds another Sea Serpent, he can triple block. There's another island. So many floating islands there. It's so funny. You got to let us know, Marco, if like how often, like how long did it take you to test all of this? And how many damage cards did you have at the end of it? Yeah, okay, he is going to Control Magic. Yeah, this is so funny. This is so funny. I mean, he has to do it or else he dies next turn. I guess this gives him some more time, but it's going to kill him in his upkeep. Untap. Upkeep and draw. 4 cards in hand. All I have to do here is pass turn to win the game. He's on 4. Remember that he doesn't have any forests. Going to pass the turn, and that's it. Winning game number 2. It's 1-1, baby. So that means we're going to go to an all decisive game number 3. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I feel like I was really lucky finding all those forces of nature. That was really, really sweet. But what a game, right? We saw a sea serpent. We saw 3 forces of natures. We saw everything turning green. I love it. Anyway, this was game number 2. It's 1-1. So let's go to the big decider, game number 3. Game number 3. Here we go. The big decider. Who's going to win? The Underwater Merfolks of Marco or my Leprechaun Ward deck. Kicking it off here with the basic planes, passing the turn to Marco. Let's see what he can do. Are we going to see a Merfolk of the Pearl Trident turn 1? We do see an island, of course. And passes the turn to me. Okay, finding a forest, tapping 2. Okay, there's a Sylvan. That's pretty sweet. Haven't seen the Sylvan. Playing with 2 Sylvans in the deck. Of course, Sylvan works really well together with the Frigiran Enchantress. Perhaps I should play with 3, but what to take out? That's always the big question, isn't it? Anyway, let's see what Marco can do here. Turn 2. There's another island. Are we going to see a Lord of Atlantis or a River Merfolk? We're going to see neither, just passes the turn. Does have counter magic up then, of course. And I can now look at the top 3 cards. Put them back, just 1 card taken from the top. I mean, I'm playing against an aggressive deck, so I guess I don't want to draw that many extra cards with the Sylvan. 4 cards left in hand, passing the turn. Played out a Wild Growth. That's something that you actually don't really want to do. You'd rather wait until you have your Enchantress on board, but maybe you need a second green. There's a Mishra's Factory. And this is always tough, of course. Okay, now he's stepping out, because I wouldn't say it's tough playing against blue when they keep 2 blue open, but Marco tapping out. So, ooh, there's Phantasmal Terrain. Gonna turn my forest here into an island, I guess. Yeah, or else I would have used the red dice to indicate it if it's a mountain, but island makes more sense since there are no River Merfolks on board. Picking 1 again. So now at least I don't have to worry about counter magic. So let's see what I can do. Looks like I want to tap all 4 mana here. Oh, there's a tsunami. Oh, and now he cannot counter. That's actually going to destroy my own forest. Right? I should take out my own forest. Or did he turn it into a mountain? That's a bit of a pity we don't know, right? Because if it's an island with the Phantasmal Terrain, of course it should be destroyed. Maybe I'm noticing it now or not. Okay, there we see the AO pile. Passing the turn. Gonna look at the top 3 cards. I'm sure if it was an island, we would have noticed. Right, Marco? Anyway, let's just continue with the game. See what happens. Looks like I'm a little bit in the tank here, trying to decide if I want to draw an extra card. Decide not to. There's another forest. There's another Wild Growth. So, I mean, I've got a lot of lands. 2, 4, 6, 7 lands. 2 cards in hand. Gonna disenchant the AO pile. 1 card left in hand. Gonna pass turn. That was, of course, great timing because he was tapped out, so couldn't use the AO pile in response to the disenchant. There's another island for Marco. So really recovering after that tsunami. Lost 2 islands, but already found 2 new ones. And yeah, that's the thing. My deck is not really that great with putting pressure on the opponent. I mean, sometimes I can get like an early if-biff out. But that's about it. Alien Leprechaun, of course, just being a 1/1 cannot do much. Okay, there we see a Savannah. Passing the turn. So just a lot of lands for me. Kind of land flooded here, and also with the Wild Growths. Not really able to do much. Marco here finding another Mishra's Factory. Or is it? Oh, it's a strip mine. Using the strip mine here, taking care of one of those lands with a Wild Growth on it. Yeah, that feels kind of bad, right? I cannot really use those Wild Growths the way I want to. Maybe I should have just kept them in hand. You know, waiting for Frigiran Enchantress and try to get some value out of them. Because now they're just lost cards. There's another Savannah passing the turn. So just a lot of lands for me. And Marco also not really finding any Merfolk. There's another island. So both of us seem to be kind of land flooded or not. Marco, okay, he's going to animate. Yeah, attack for 2. Makes sense. I'm on 14 now. So I guess I took another card. Right, I kind of missed that, but I'm on 14. There's, okay, another factory. Yeah, that's annoying. Now he can hit me for 3. Can put me on 11 if he decides to. Yeah, it's going to pump it up. There's a sword supply shares in response to the pump. I guess he's going to take 2, going to go up to 22. But more importantly for me, the Mishra's factory is gone, but he already played out a new one, of course. So he's going to go up to 22. Going to pass the turn. Let's see what I can do. Come on, Leprechaun deck. Don't leave me hanging here. I was so happy with my start, you know, the early Sylvan, the Tsunami, finding some removal. But yeah. All I can do, it seems to be, is just playing lands, passing the turn. That's not going to win a Magic game. 2 cards left in hand, 14 life, 22 for Marco. And I mean, Marco's also not doing that much, but at least is able to deal some damage with the factories. He's going to tap a blue. He is going to animate. Ooh, picking up the cards. Do I have like a disenchant or something? Okay, there's a disenchant. Are we going to see a counterspell? No counterspell. So I guess I boarded in the extra disenchant from the side. Makes sense when you're playing against factories, but also against phantasmal terrains and control magics. Yeah, going to go up to 2 cards. Passing the turn. Oh, man. I mean, maybe I only have answers in hand, which is not that bad, right? I can just kill whatever threat Marco plays and move on. Marco playing another island. Tapping 2 islands. Okay, there's a River Merfolk, so the 2-1 from Fallen Empires. And for 1 blue, you can give it Mountain Walk. Passing the turn here back to me. Let's see what I can do. Maybe I should just draw some extra cards, you know, go down in life, just, you know, make something happen. Decide not to, though. Just drawing 1 card. I'm on 14. 2 cards in hand. Okay, there's a Spirit Link. Okay. That's something. As you can hear on my voice, I'm not too excited about it. I mean, we're top decking. And look at Marco's hand, though. He's got 6 cards in hand. I really wonder what's in that hand. Okay, he's going to play something out. Okay, there's another River Merfolk. Yeah. Pass the turn back to me. I mean, Marco's winning slowly, but he's winning. I need to start doing something. That's the thing with the Leprechaun deck, and maybe if you've played Leprechaun Ward, let me know in the comments. That's the thing with this deck. You need to draw the cards in a certain order, and then the deck can really work. But like right now, it's really clunky, and maybe also after... Okay, this is pretty cool. You know, finally, Alien Leprechaun with the green ward on it. That's what you want to do with this deck. It's pretty funny. But, you know, what I wanted to say is maybe I also boarded in a lot of answers from the sideboard, making the deck even more clunky, right? I mean, you board in extra disenchants, you board in Swords to Plowshares, and yes, that helps the deck. But also it means that your Verduran Enchantress engine gets weaker, your kind of your key cards, your plan A becomes weaker, it becomes more muddled. But let's see what Marco can do. Gonna tap 2. Oh, there's a Lord of Atlantis. So I guess now we can find out if that forest is really an island, which I think it is. So it should have left the building when I cast that tsunami. I still can't believe we both missed that, but it is what it is. Or not. Okay, look at that. He's not attacking. A little bit surprised. So I guess it's... I still wonder what that land is. Because if it would be an island, I'm sure Marco would have attacked, right? I'm going to tap. Okay, there's a land tax. Not going to do much. For a moment I thought, ooh, cool, land tax, but it's not going to do anything. So yeah, passing the turn back here. And I'm still wondering what that forest is. Do you remember, Marco? Ooh, he's going to attack here. Wow, also with the Lord of Atlantis. That is funky. So I'm going to block the Lord, I guess. Going to make it green. And I'm going to take some damage. Going to drop to 7. I mean, I guess this makes sense. Because now he can still deal 3 points of damage. So I'm low here. There's a Caracas. Not sure why it's in there, by the way. I just like the land. And maybe if my opponent plays a legend, I can use it. But no specific reason why it's in there. Gonna tap. Oh, there's a force of nature. Okay, okay. Now I feel alive again. Now this game is gonna become fun. Force of nature. Oh, counterspell. No, Marco. Countering away the force of nature. Yeah, that's not great for me. Great for Marco. Remember, this is the third game, the big decider. It's looking quite good for Marco. I'm on 7. Yeah, you can just attack again. Right, so I guess I want to block the River Merfolk here. If possible. No, you see, it is an island. It is an island. So I'm confused why Marco didn't attack or why he also attacked with the Lord. But anyway. Okay, there we see the Chaos Orb. Yeah, this is pretty much over, isn't it? I'm on 4. Okay, another force of nature. Go force! Desperately trying to cling on. Of course, he can now flip on the force. Now remember, he's flipping in the water, right? So it's extra hard. So I think he is going to flip here on end step. Oh, this is so funny. So he's going to flip on the force of nature, I assume. There he goes. Oh, again, it's not a hit. Marco. I mean, I didn't tell him that he has to do this on water. He wanted to. Just so you know. But I'm not complaining. I still think I'm going to die, though. Because he can attack with the Spirit-linked River Merfolk. And then, of course, I take the damage before I get it. Oh, and now he also has another Lord. So it doesn't even matter. Another Lord of Atlantis, meaning those River Merfolks are now 4-3 with Island Walk. There he goes. Oh, and of course, his other Lord also has Island Walk. Can I do something? Maybe some Miracle Fog or something, which is not in the deck. Ah, Avoid Fate, yeah. Avoid Fate. Anyway, I couldn't avoid my fate. Congratulations, Marco. Well done. And what a beautiful deck you've brought to the table. Thank you so much. I had a great laugh. It was so much fun playing against your deck. And it's also cool to kind of see both decks doing their thing here in this match. But of course, your Underwater Merfolk deck, what a cool and creative idea. Here we can see your deck photo. And yeah, thank you, Marco, for playing, for sharing your deck here on the channel. And also thank you, Marco, for being a patron of the show, because Marco's actually a patron for a while now. So I'm really thankful for his help. Now, if you're enjoying the videos that I'm making here on the channel, please consider becoming a patron as well. Check out patreon.com/TimmyTalks for all the information. And the cool thing is, when you become a patron, you get access to the Timmy Talks Discord. You can also play a game of Magic against me. If you become a $5 patron, we can even make an episode together. And when you become a patron, you can also join into the online tournaments. I organize online tournaments every 2 months or so, and they're just great fun. We've got a really nice little community with Timmy Talks. I have about 200 patrons at the moment, so if you want to join in and jump in, it's a great moment if you love old school Magic to meet other people that love old school Magic and kind of, you know, in the Timmy style, if you know what I mean. So you can just bring your jank. I love jank, and play with that. I love it. Anyway, this was the video for today. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have a moment, please take some time to like this video, share it on your socials, and also leave a comment. All these things are free and really help the channel move forward. For now, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way hey, and up she rises, way hey, and up she rises.
Khajiit.